Can a seller refuse to make repairs after the inspection? Louisville sellers know this first. Hi, I'm David Hiddle, your real estate specialist doing business at Shop Kentucky Homes LLC with United Real Estate Louisville. And here's a question I hear from sellers all the time after inspections. Do I have to fix anything? Can I say no? What happens if I refuse to make repairs? So let's talk about exactly what a seller is required to do after a home inspection in a Louisville area transaction and what your real options are. First, are sellers required to make repairs? Well, the short answer is no. In most cases, sellers are not required to make any repairs at all. A home inspection is for the buyer's information purposes only. It does not automatically force the seller to fix anything, but that doesn't mean there are no consequences at all. So what happens after the inspection? Well, after the inspection, the buyer usually has three options. They can accept your home as is, they can ask for repairs or credits, or they can cancel the contract within their inspection contingency period. When the buyer sends a repair request, it is exactly that, a request. As the seller, you can agree to all repairs, agree to some and refuse others, offer a credit instead of repairs, or refuse everything entirely. All of those are legally allowed options. So what happens if you refuse all repairs? Well, if you refuse to make repairs, the buyer now has a decision to make. If they are still within their inspection contingency period, they can usually accept the home anyway, they can renegotiate, or they can cancel the contract and get their earnest money deposit back. This is the moment where many deals either move forward or fall apart. The big risk most sellers don't think about, and here's the part most sellers don't realize. If the buyer cancels because of inspection, now you have new disclosure obligations. If that inspection revealed major defects such as foundation issues, roof problems, plumbing failures, you may now be legally required to disclose those to the next buyer. So refusing repairs can sometimes create a bigger problem than fixing them. So what is a smart seller strategy after inspections? Well, the best approach is to not get emotional. It is strategic, not emotion. Good sellers usually ask, which items are safety or loan required? Which of these items affect appraisal or financing? Which of these items could scare off the next buyer if this deal falls apart? Sometimes it makes sense to fix things. Sometimes it makes sense to offer a credit. And sometimes it really does make sense to just say no. The key is understanding how your decision affects your leverage and your risk. So, final thoughts here. You are not obligated to fix everything, but every repair decision impacts whether this buyer stays in the deal, whether the deal closes on time, and what you may have to disclose to future buyers. This is where having a strong listing agent matters, because the wrong move here can cost you thousands of dollars. So if you are selling a home in the Louisville area and you're heading into inspections and you're not sure what to agree to and what to push back on, I'm happy to walk through it with you. I am David Hiddle, your real estate specialist doing business at Shop Kentucky Homes LLC with United Real Estate Louisville, and I'll see you in my next video.